Here's the truth that Apple doesn't want you to hear. They're finally caving to pressure they've resisted for over a decade. The whispers about touchscreen MacBooks have been circulating for years, but now we're getting concrete timelines that suggest Apple is ready to abandon one of their most stubborn design philosophies. Industry insider Mark Gurman from Bloomberg just confirmed what analyst Ming-Chi predicted this week. An OLED touchscreen MacBook Pro is officially slated for mass production by late 2026, with potential delays pushing it to early 2027. But here's where it gets controversial. This represents a complete 180-degree turn from Apple's longtime stance. For those new to this saga, Apple has historically been almost militant about keeping their iPad and MacBook ecosystems separate. The company's leadership has repeatedly argued that merging touch capabilities with traditional laptop functionality creates a confusing, compromised user experience. They've watched competitors like Microsoft struggle with hybrid devices and smugly maintained their pure approach to product categories. So what changed? The answer might surprise you, and it's not pretty for Apple's bottom line. According to Gurman's latest reporting, iPad sales have started to decline significantly. Meanwhile, everyday consumers have grown accustomed to touch screens on virtually every device they own, including their laptops. Windows manufacturers have made touchscreens standard equipment rather than premium upgrades, leaving Apple's MacBooks feeling outdated by comparison. This puts Apple in an uncomfortable position they rarely find themselves in, playing catch-up rather than leading innovation. The timeline itself tells a revealing story about Apple's internal struggles with this decision. Gurman first reported on touchscreen MacBook development back in 2023, initially targeting a late 2025 launch. That date has now been pushed back twice, suggesting either technical challenges or executive indecision about whether to proceed. And this is the part most people miss. Apple isn't just adding a touchscreen. They're fundamentally rethinking their entire product strategy. The integration of OLED technology alongside touch capabilities represents a massive engineering undertaking. OLED displays offer superior color accuracy, deeper blacks, and better power efficiency compared to current MacBook screens. However, they're also significantly more expensive to manufacture and have historically suffered from durability concerns in laptop applications. For beginners wondering why this matters, think of it this way. Apple is essentially admitting that their laptop is a laptop, tablet is a tablet philosophy might have been wrong all along. This could signal the beginning of a new era where the boundaries between different device categories become increasingly blurred. But here's the million-dollar question that's dividing tech enthusiasts. Is this innovation or desperation? Some argue that Apple is finally listening to consumer demands and evolving their products accordingly. Others contend that the company is abandoning its core design principles simply to boost declining sales figures. The timing certainly seems suspicious. Why now, after years of resistance, unless there's genuine pressure on their business model? The implications extend far beyond just adding touch functionality. If Apple successfully integrates touchscreen capabilities into their MacBook line, it could pave the way for entirely new software experiences, potentially bringing iOS apps natively to macOS in ways we've never seen before. However, skeptics worry about the practical challenges, battery life degradation, increased device thickness, higher prices, and the fundamental question of whether people actually want to constantly reach up to touch their laptop screens during extended work sessions. What's your take on this dramatic shift? Do you think Apple is making the right move by finally embracing touchscreen laptops? Or are they compromising their design integrity just to compete with Windows manufacturers? Are you someone who's been waiting years for a touchscreen Mac? Or do you believe the traditional laptop format works perfectly fine without touch capabilities? Share your thoughts. This decision could reshape the entire laptop industry for the next decade.